Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel GMB SHOW. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Exclusive, Kerry Katona is currently in Ibiza filming for the new series of Celebs Go Dating and has been staying in a hotel owned by her former Atomic Kitten bandmate. Kerry Katona is risking reigniting a feud with her former band member Jenny Frost as she films the new series of Celebs Go Dating. The Mum of Five is currently in Ibiza filming for the new series alongside Love Island's Olivia Hawkins, the Chase star Mark Labbett, and Made in Chelsea's Sam Prince. Speaking in her column for New, Kerry opened up about staying in the hotel that Jenny owns. "It's been a full-on few days," she says. "I went on a date with John Lee, which was a laugh, but I can't tell you too much. You'll need to watch the show. Filming in Ibiza was only last week, but it feels like so long ago. We had fun, but I can't say I've got any desire to go back. It's not my scene. We did stay at the Beach Star Ibiza Hotel, which is owned by Jenny Frost. It's gorgeous, and she's done so well for herself. I've been missing the kids while I've been so busy, but they're all fine. Heidi and I are spending a day at the races this weekend, so we'll get some quality time then. I can't wait." Kerry quit Atomic Kitten in 2001 after falling pregnant with husband Brian McFadden. Her departure came just days after the release of the band's single, Whole Again, which ended up going to #1 with a new video featuring her replacement, Jenny Frost. Their dislike for each other was palpable, with Jenny once declaring she would rather eat her own kidney with a spoon than work with Kerry. And when the band talked about getting back together for ITV's big reunion in 2013, Jenny made it clear there was no place for her rival. "I don't want to be derogatory about Kerry, but there shouldn't be 4 of us in Atomic Kitten," she said. Kerry, however, had other ideas and blasted Jenny in her column for OK Magazine in 2021. "The thing is, I was the founding member of the band. I'm not going to get into a slanging match over the kittens, but Jenny got the opportunity of a lifetime when she took over from me. They were #1 when she joined the band, but it was my voice on the record." In the end, it was Kerry who was chosen to complete the lineup, sparking a permanent fallout between Jenny and the rest of the band. Jenny told Closer magazine at the time, "I'm not in contact with them anymore, which I think is a real shame. But I didn't like how things were handled with the reunion and Kerry replacing me. I won't say too much, but I think it could have been managed better." Meanwhile, Kerry, Natasha, and Liz continued to perform sporadically. But the proverbial once again hit the fan when Kerry allegedly organized a gig in India without her bandmates and branded Natasha a toxic cunt in a nightclub performance in 2018. Soon after, she announced that she'd been kicked out of the group, a claim both Liz and Natasha disputed, arguing that they hadn't even spoken to Kerry. Kerry Katona stepped out of the cab, her fake lashes fluttering like startled butterflies as she took in the grand stone entrance of the Lakeside Hotel. The sun was barely up, but cameras were already waiting, capturing every flick of her blonde hair. She adjusted her tracksuit, exhaled, and whispered to herself, "Here we go." The Lakeside Hotel wasn't just any hotel. It was owned by Natasha Hamilton's family, the very bandmate Kerry hadn't spoken to properly in years. The two had tried to patch things up on social media, liking each other's kids' birthday posts and exchanging the odd heart emoji, but everyone knew the truth. Atomic Kitten's eternal sisterhood had crumbled years ago under the weight of arguments, missed rehearsals, and whispered accusations. And now, the producers of Celeb Retreat decided it was a great storyline to place Kerry right here in Natasha's territory for a week of challenges and cameras following her every move. As she wheeled her pink suitcase through the hotel's glass doors, she felt the tension hanging in the air like a storm waiting to crack open. The receptionist gave her a polite, cautious smile, already briefed on who she was and what could happen. "Welcome, Miss Katona. Natasha is in the breakfast lounge if you want to say hello." Kerry blinked, forcing a smile. "Yeah, why not?" She found Natasha sitting by the window, stirring a cup of green tea, her red hair tied in a neat bun, and her energy calm, collected, and faintly cold. The camera crew positioned themselves quietly, pretending to look at their notes. "Well, look who's here," Natasha said, her voice carefully neutral. Kerry dropped her bags and opened her arms. "Tosh, don't be daft, come here." They hugged, but it was the kind of hug where neither really pressed in, each waiting for the other to let go first. "It's been a while," Natasha said, pulling back, her eyes scanning Kerry as if checking for old wounds. "Yeah, well, it's time, isn't it?" Kerry replied, her trademark grin slipping for a moment. For a second, the cameras might have caught a softness between them, the echoes of stadium crowds and the nights they spent giggling in hotel corridors 20 years ago. But then, Natasha said, "Just don't embarrass us this time." The words stung, sharper than the cool morning air. Kerry's grin froze, and the producers' faces lit up behind the cameras. "Oh, you think I'm here to cause drama?" Kerry shot back, her voice rising. "Oh, I think you're here to do what you always do." The moment stretched, tension crackling as if the ghosts of Atomic Kitten's past arguments had returned to take their seats. And then Kerry smirked, flicking her hair back defiantly. "Well, Tash, let's give them a show they'll never forget." As the camera zoomed in, the feud was back on, ready to reignite, ready to make headlines, ready to remind everyone that when Atomic Kitten is involved, peace never lasts for long.